Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Rob for Smirking Gun Reviews. Tonight we're doing Preacher, Season 3, Episode 3, Gonna Hurt. Now for all of the 5 of you that watch, I know that's a slight exaggeration, we're gonna make this fast because there's no point for me making a 20-minute, really in-depth video if nobody's watching. So, we're gonna try to nail it as fast as we can while still giving a good review, hopefully. This was another good episode. It got way better and more intense as it went along. And I realized that this is kind of a polarized, like a divisive show. A lot of people don't watch this because of the subject matter. But for those of you that do watch this and you get it, this is an amazing show. And no matter how few people watch this, I will continue to review it. But this episode really has all the great things about Preacher. It's just sick. So I'm going to hit the bullet points and still try to give this a decent review. So I'm going to start with the weakest part, which is Jesse's arc right now. Because all he really gets to do for the major chunk of this episode is still trying to half-assedly get out of his little contract. So that takes him to go with Jody to a drug abuse place. These guys are sniffing glue. There's Alcoholics Anonymous for people who snort glue. He tries a sale pitch, but that guy seems to be more interested in this thing called the Tombs that Jesse has been adamant about not reopening. So what the hell is it? Well, we find that out a little bit later. So, Jesse tries to convince Jody to help him escape, but, even though there might be a tinge of humanity that Jesse thinks he sees, it's really, to me, not there. Maybe later, maybe this is a character that will be redeemable, but Jody in the comics is not. So, I really don't know if they're going to go the weak-ass TV route where the guy will suddenly find a heart of gold somewhere deep inside, or if they will stick to the comic book version, which is just Jody's a fucking psycho. So, that's pretty much it for the major story part for Jesse. Which, he talks to, when, his Madame Legel, his grandma, smacking him around, telling him he's going to go in the coffin. She suggests opening the Tombs. Again, Jesse is against it. And I was still wondering what the hell is the Tombs. So let's get to Tulip's part of the story, which is she tries to track down the Grail people. She does get to their secret lair, which is so conveniently on their business cards, but nobody's there. Beats up the poor janitor, but you're dressed in white, you're gonna get clocked. So she ends up back in Angelville, where she proceeds to try to tell Jesse, because she has another little meeting with God on the side of the road, riding a Harley with a Harley chick. And he takes the face of the actor who played God in that made-up video. And a lot of this scene made me question whether or not we're even talking to God. He keeps insisting that he's God, and he's got a design. And just the more he's trying to say that he's God and he's got a design, it made me kind of go, maybe he's not really God. Now, with the trailer for next week showing the devil, I kind of thought maybe it was that this could be the devil trying to trick Tulip. But since they showed the devil for the trailer for next week, I'm kind of backing off on that. So I guess there is a lot more chance that it is God, but I'm just going to say it on right now that I'm skeptical that we're talking to God. But who knows? I'm skeptical with all things God anyway. So she's, kind of in God's face, which is totally Tulip. And, he tries to, give her a warning, don't mess with me. And she's really pissed at God. She really wants to kick his ass, literally. I love that little sequence which he shows him, choking God out. That was pretty funny. But she finally tells Jesse what happened to her and that she saw God, and he's wondering why he wasn't there for, appearing to her or him. But, whatever. And so this episode gets to find out a little bit more. Like, she finds, what she could only assume was Granny Langell underneath the covers, probably sucking on somebody's soul to make herself feel better. Also, don't eat food out of an urn. That's just weird. That could have been anything. And even though Jesse eats something out of it later, that's just creepy to like an nth degree kind of creepy. But she does find all the blood cloths that have all these people's contracts, basically blood ties to it, and that is just crazy. Especially when you find out when Tulip does decide to see TC's Dingle to get information, which I was kind of hoping that Dingle meant something backwoods, a shit kicker. No, it's his dick. And but she does manage to get some information, and trying to get out of this blood contract is really difficult, because when TC tells her what happened to somebody who got the thing back and thought they could just destroy it, that was a wonderfully done little creepy kind of Universal Monsters style scene, with the black and the thunder and the lightning and stuff. And when he rips the contract and rips his wife in half and just slayed just guts all out, that was really awesome. That was really well done. But basically showing, if you want out of this contract, she has to agree to it. Granny Langell has to agree to it. Your debt is when she says it's over. And that was another question I had, was how much does this cost? Oh, it costs until she says no, which means never. So again, showing the depths of evil that this bitch is. And so this leads Tulip to have to go to the competition to try to find out something. Which leads to another, like, all these people in their deceptive ways. You find out that Madam Boyd is the young assistant, and that the old scary looking thing is just some decrepit body. And we get to see Tulip looking ready for some more answers. We also get to see Tulip kick some more ass, and with a maraca. So Tulip's story going forward, even if I'm missing a couple of things, that's probably it. Now we get to Cassidy, who really, in all his years as a vampire, you would have thought that maybe he'd have run across some magic or some weird-ass voodoo thing, but he doesn't seem nonplussed about it, even with Jesse telling him he has to go. It was nice to see them try to make up. It was nice to see Jesse tell him that they're best friends. But because Cassidy won't leave without Tulip, he thinks all of this is just a farce, and that this is just Jesse lying to get him to do what he wants. Even though he tells Cassidy what they do to monsters here is not like the magic that they do. Like, they have this weird code, but monsters is a different story. They are gonna kill you. If you're gonna stay, it's gonna hurt. We have a title. So he's still not taking it seriously, and he even isn't afraid to go to Granny Langell and ask for a love spell to use on Tulip so they can get out of there. Well, that backfires. He's got the love spell, but he doesn't get a chance to use it because, of course, TC and Jody are very suspicious of him and his healing ability. Speaking of the healing ability, it was a really cool shot of seeing the bullet sew up itself, like fix itself as he's sucking it down. There was a really cool camera shot. And of course, he gets caught killing a chicken. They're gonna hang him up, wait for daylight, and burn him alive. Jesse said to get out of there. But Jesse, in a moment of panic, knowing that there's only one way out in his mind to get Cassidy out of this, is to open the tombs, which turns out to be a supernatural fight club. So hey, I got another one of my favorite movies mentioned, type of thing in this fight club with monsters. Some without souls. Well, I guess vampires don't have souls either. Or maybe that's just, some shows. Maybe vampires in this world do have souls. I don't know. But, top hat in hand, Jesse opens the tombs to let Cassidy and the pedophile teacher without a soul or whatever, fight it out. And that's pretty much it. And it is amazing. So, if you like this video, please hit the like button. Subscribe, share, comment, anything that you have for me, I would love to hear. I know I kept this kind of short and concise. This is a great episode. I can't wait to meet the devil next week. It's going to be so great. So yes, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. We are up to 156 subscribers, so that is really, really awesome. Thanks everybody for the support, the people who do watch these videos. We got The Handmaid's Tale on Wednesday. We got comic reviews later on this week. I've got a couple of videos, one dealing with X-Men, Deadpool in the MCU, and a Walking Dead video that I am still on the fence about doing, but I plan on doing at some point. So, thank you very much for watching this video. This is Rob from Smirking Gun Reviews saying if you do watch Preacher, I really keep, if you're not watching Preacher, really, watch Preacher. Unless you got very delicate sensibilities. And then you probably should skip it. But anyway, this is Rob again from Smirking Gun Reviews saying have a great night.